What's up, guys? My name's Stranger Danger. I'm here today at beautiful Sunset Beach on the North Shore of Oahu, one of the most popular and most amazing surfing and hanging out beaches on the North Shore. But I have a special problem today. I just got a text from my friend Kevin of Sunrise Shells Hawaii, these guys, and he's like, dude, there's this huge ocean monster and we gotta go get rid of it. And I was like, of course, like, so it's already up here. And I was like, where are you? Like, I'll come right away. So I came to Sunset. We've already done it, of course, but we have to get rid of this ocean monster. So if you're new to the channel, go down, hit subscribe, ring the bell. It's the best way to make sure you get notified every single time I post a new video coming out here, cleaning the ocean, defeating evil ocean beasts, and saving the turtles. And if you guys are coming from TikTok, go down and put the whale emoji, because this thing is like a giant whale in the shore break and we got to get rid of it. But like, if it was a whale, we would protect it. But anyways, guys, we got to get rid of this thing. So let's go get in the water right now. Here it is, guys, the evil beast, the gargantuan burrito or whale, or I don't really know. It's just a huge piece of cloth. I'll explain later what it's used for, but it is so insanely heavy. It's like the heaviest towel you could ever have. It's just massive and huge and dummy thick. And so there they go. That's Kevin. I think it's Kevin and Brian. They're the Bradas of the North Shore of Oahu. They run Sunrise Shells Hawaii, beautiful sunrise shell necklaces. So they're just cutting and hacking through this thing, trying to get pieces so that we can take it out one piece at a time. To try to pull this thing all at once, absolutely impossible. There's no way you could do it. So we're getting down towards the end. At the end, it's like this part that's stitched together, so it's a little bit thicker, a little bit harder to cut through, but he finally made the cut. Now we're dragging it up on shore. Kevin's there leading the way with that knife. And then, so I grab on, try to help him, see what I can do. So I'm just so grateful that I got the call to come out here, because I was just hanging out up north and he said, hey, we got a monster up here. You got to come take care of it. And so I tagged along with them. And so now I got the lifeguard helping me out because he has the ATV. So what we're doing is we're piling this up onto the ATV, and then they're going to be able to take it up to the trash can so that when the dump truck comes by, they'll be able to grab everything and take it away. So super grateful for all of the help. Then I saw Brittany over there taking a quick dip and I was like, I'm dead. So now we're back in looking at what next piece that we could get. I'm just looking at this massive thing, trying to show you guys some scale for how big it is. I literally can't even fit it on camera. This thing wraps around me. I could get seriously hurt. Then Kevin had this bag of treasure for me. Nope, just kidding. It's a bag of sand and it's holding me down on the bottom. So I'm just walking along the bottom trying to get to this thing so I can help Brian pull this thing up. And then we use the wave energy to push us closer to shore. So we almost surfed it in. And then this one was actually a pretty small piece. And between the two of us, it was pretty easy to grab. I noticed some other debris on shore over there. So I set the bag down, quick fist bump, and then go check on them and then see what this thing is. Looks like it's some underwear that was discarded. So I'll just toss that up there so that I can go to the trash with everything else. Now we're sort of analyzing what to do next. And then they've already cut another big piece, and it's so big that we need all four of us to lift it up. So all four of us banded together, pulling. I'm pulling up the back, and I'm like, I promise, guys, I'm helping. I'm definitely doing something here, because sometimes you don't need that many hands, but it's always good to try to help out. And then we get that thing up on the ATV, super easy. And there's one more piece out of the ocean, and then we're looking back to see what else we can grab. Fist bumps all around. Yep. So I think that guy was just walking the beach and decided to hop in and help us. And that's just the type of aloha that we have here on the North Shore. And it's so awesome to see that. So Kevin's instructing me to pull it away from him, so then we have the splitting action while he's cutting. It makes it super easy to cut through. And so he's able to just slide straight through this thing. It's actually going really well. I was really surprised because I thought that this would be a lot harder, but we're getting it done. This giant beast is going down one piece at a time. So he's just cutting through. I'm doing everything I can to split it. And, you know, we're in the shore break, in the waves. It's actually a pretty big day up there. The winter swells are coming, so that means 20-foot waves are on the way. So we're able to get that piece separated. And then I'm just looking for some ground to stand on so that I can start pulling it in. It's actually a pretty big piece. So Brian's coming to help me. And then we're just trying to ride that wave again, to ride it in, get up on shore. And then sure enough, it does. And we're trying to get footing up here because it's just a mess. You know, we got big waves, a big piece of trash, and it's tiring, exhausting trying to pull it up this hill, because it's actually a pretty steep hill on the sand. So if you ever walked in deep sand like this, you know how hard it is. And then to go up a hill carrying something is just even harder. And so that one was pretty heavy, but
not too bad. We're getting pretty quick.
So we're back in there looking to see what else we can get. It looks like the waves are starting to pick up in the shore break. So now we're seriously dodging some major waves. We could body surf this later, but until then, we got to cut this thing to pieces. And then, so Kevin's on knife, Brian's on lookout, and then he's telling him watch out for the waves. And so we're just taking them on the head right here.
Do we want to pull it out a little bit?
So what I mean by pull it out is we might want to get further out in the deeper water, and it doesn't make sense maybe to you guys because you're like, oh well, we're trying to get it on shore, but when it's on shore it's really hard to handle. But if it's out in the deep water, then we can just swim really easily. The waves aren't such an issue, and you can see now we're getting yanked around all crazy while he's working with the knife there, and so we really don't want to end up with the wave pushing us into the knife and then we have an accident on top of all of these giant pieces of trash here in the ocean. So we're just slowly working on it very carefully, watching the water. These guys are both expert surfers, expert divers. Grab that little piece right there. So I know that these guys can handle it, so I trust them. Don't worry about grabbing close because I know that they can handle this situation. And so we're just still working there, trying to hack through this thing. You can see how hard it is to get to that last bit because it's so thick. And then we finally get it. We have this huge piece cut free. And then Scotty there fell when the one hit him because when the waves are moving these things around, it's like a total tripping trap. Like there's no way that you can handle that, getting your ankles swept by this thing because it's so heavy and the water has so much power when it moves. So I got this piece up, handed off to the lifeguard. He's there ready. And then we're just trying to get this piece up. We decided to go up on shore, get it up on shore as much as possible, and then just cut it while we're standing. And so you can see we're dealing with the trials and tribulations of being in the shore break trying to cut this thing because it's really moving a lot of water. And so we're having a good chance right now. We got it far enough up that we're able to cut through this part. And so we got that part clean, and then Scotty and I are able to pull it up. And then the lifeguard is taking his bits away. And so we're just going to get this up on shore, out of the shore break. And I have to cut the clips because it's literally taking us so long to get out of the water. And the water is always pulling it back down. So it'll push it out a little bit, but then mostly it's pulling it back down. So we got to get it out away from the water. And then I'm back down there trying to see how I can help these guys. And they're just getting blasted, turned around, but the knife skills are there, so it's coming apart. We got another piece out. You can see the water is trying to reclaim these pieces. So I grab on with Brian and just take this piece, one piece at a time. Scotty's down there helping out Kevin so that he can get another grip on it and start cutting it again. And all we have to do is just get this piece and then maybe two more pieces up, and that'll be it. So we got this one up on shore, and a nice bystander checking out our work, seeing how she can help with supervision skills, which is always helpful. So Kevin's just slicing through that last little bit, and the waves are just trying to take this thing back. They're really coming at us. And then Brian's got to watch out with his foot there because it's almost in the cutting zone. And then he literally got stabbed right there. And I don't want to show it too close, but he definitely got stabbed. I checked in the replay. And he's just handling it like a champ. Luckily not too bad of a stabbing, but yeah, he did catch the tip of that knife into his hand, and the knife is extremely sharp. It's either brand new or they just sharpened it, but you can see we're just getting trampled by these big pieces of trash and the waves right here. So we're pulling this one up, and then you can sort of get a sense of the form because it's completely full of water on the inside. Remember, this thing is burrito shaped, so it's like we took a slice of the enchilada here and it's looping around and holding a ton of water and a ton of sand. That's what makes it so insanely heavy. So the ones where we pull them one direction is okay. You can see like that is draining as it goes up, but the other one was not draining, so that made it extra heavy on the way. But we finally got it. All of the pieces are up on the sand, and then the last bit of the job before we can say that we're POW finished is to get them up on the ATV and up away from the beach, because you can see even when we thought we had it all the way up, the waves are still coming up to try to reclaim these pieces, because the ocean is just the master of its own domain, and it will always reclaim its treasure, even though sometimes its treasure is trash. So we got this last piece up. I'm trying to get the sand off of it, and then the wave comes all the way up here because the swell is rising, like I've been saying. And then basically what they're talking about here is that we can see these things here, and then down there, that big house is where it all came from. But if they don't put these things out here, they will lose their entire house to the ocean from these giant waves coming up, reclaiming that sand and destroying the cliff.
Hey, yeah. North Shore Lifeguard Association.
Yeah.
My brother. Teamwork makes the team work. All the way around. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, you.
Huffing and puffing.
So that's it, guys. We did an absolutely amazing job out there. The Bruttas, Kevin and Brian, gifted me this amazing sunrise shell necklace for my efforts today, and of course the other efforts that I've been making to save the ocean. And I am just so grateful for their aloha and their kokua, their help to do their part to clean the ocean. They have been a huge inspiration for me since I started doing this, because I heard about them years ago, that they would go out and dive and find these amazing sunrise shells, and I was like, that is so cool. Like, I want to go dive and find treasure. So they are a huge inspiration. So go check out their channel. It's linked below. And yeah, just want to give them a huge mahalo for the call today, the calls before, all the work that we've done so far, and looking forward to a great future of saving the ocean together, because they're some awesome inspirational guys and I just really look up to them. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, go down, hit subscribe, ring the bell. It's the best way to make sure you get notified every single time I post a new video here in Hawaii, cleaning the ocean, saving the turtles, and meeting all of my octopus, monk seal, and sharky friends. And you're not gonna wanna miss a single video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.